Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to present you how to manage and create wind turbine type in Meteodyn WT. So open the WT product. So when you've created a site, its location, its geographical data, and once you've created all the elements and that you've created it and launched the CFD, enough to be able to launch a synthesis, and you want to launch a synthesis, if your layout contains wind turbines or mapping, you will need to associate a wind turbine type to these elements. They will be associated here and selected among the list of the ones available in the database. To manage this database, a specific module dedicated to wind turbine type is available in the application here. And this module contains the list of all the wind turbines that have been created. It does not contain a catalog made by Meteodyn. So all the turbines that have been created, they can be filtered by name, wind turbines, diameter. They can be grouped by manufacturer. The columns that are displayed can be modified. And for each element, for each type of the list, it can be opened and duplicated. The data can be exported to CSV, and according to access rights, can be transferred to another user and deleted. So to create a new wind turbine type, just click on the Create Wind Turbine button and fill the name. You can select a manufacturer and fill the model and the country, but this is not mandatory. And this can be done later. So now it has been created. As I said, it can be done here. And what is important and mandatory is to create the performance curve. So this is done in the version section. So here you need to open the versions manager. And here are the performance curves. So these curves are the power curves, which is mandatory for the synthesis, and the thrust curve, which is mandatory for a synthesis with wake effect. So to create a new performance curve, click on the Add button, and you can either create power curves manually. So you can create it step by step, or select the min and max wind speed and step of your curve, and select the air density and the turbulence intensity, if it's static or low or medium. This option is just to inform if it's a curtailment curve, but we will see the curtailment rules later. So you create it, and then manually you can input all the power for the air density. And the other option is to import a curve from a file. So it's done here by import button. So you select the file. It can either be a text file or a WTG. If it is a text file, you should choose the air density that is associated to this file. And if you choose the WTG, one curve must be going along with one air density. So select the turbulence intensity of the curve. And this is not a curtailment curve. And then add the data. And then each curve for each air density is displayed in the array and can be displayed in a graph. The same goes for the thrust curve, so either by creating manually or importing the thrust curve. And the same, it can either be a text file or a WTG. And the data can be visualized on a graph. Several versions of the type can be created, and each version can be duplicated or edited or deleted. This is for the performance curve. The noise curve can be also created. This is just for information. So to add a new noise curve, fill the name and fill the wind speed and noise level, or the frequency and noise level can only be filled manually, and it will directly be displayed on the graph on the right. Then going back to the type page, after creating the versions, you need to create the wind turbine design. So select the rated power of your turbine. So in our case, it was 1800. So select here, select the cutting and the cutout and the rotor diameter. Select the power control. So this will allow the extrapolation of the power curve to other density as described in the IEC norm, the number of blades, and the default height. So they are chosen among the available hub height. They can be added here. So, and then the default height will be chosen between those availables. And then finally, choose the certification. So the standard between 2.0, 3.0, 3.1 or 4 IEC standard. And then other parameters such as the Waller exponent, the speed class, the turbulence class, and etc. Don't forget to save your configuration, and it will appear in the list. The second page is for the creation of manufacturer. So they are only used as information to group by the types by manufacturer. So to add a new manufacturer, just fill the name. And then you can open it and associate the wind turbine types that don't have a manufacturer yet. So the one that we've created, for example, can auto-compute or the productivity here directly as information. To save the manufacturer. And finally, the last page of this module is the curtailment rule. So it is not necessarily linked to a wind turbine type, except if the curtailment is applied on a specific curve, curtailment curve. But yeah, as I said, we will see it in a specific video, the curtailment. So now that the wind turbine type has been created, back to the WT site when configuring a synthesis. And now our type is available in the list and can be chosen for the mapping. The version can be chosen, and same for the turbine. So now you know how to create and manage the wind turbine type. For more information, check out the Meteodyn WT user manual about the wind turbine type, which contains all the information you would need. Thank you for your attention.